Peace, what's going on? This is episode 7, and I got some dope brothers in here like always. And I mean, I got Sparkz, my brother, in here, my brother Eyez, Do It All from Lords of the Underground, my brother Doc Brass, JoJo Pellegrino, I mean, lyrical beast, Tash, Alkaholiks, and of course, Sticky Fingaz, ONYX, you know what I mean? And plus my
brother. I thought RBX was coming in.
He's coming. He didn't hit me back. I can show you the text. I just okay. It's early over there, right, Tash? It's earlier. It's 6:37, right? So yeah.
Yeah. And I'm Rocko, everybody. You tried
20 minutes till 7.
Oh, yeah. Over here, you know, it's 20 to 10ish. You know what I'm saying? But
so what's up? What we talking about? Who we got to kill?
All right, get out of playing. No, I got questions. You know what I mean? As you know, y'all are definitely MCs that are in here. You know what I mean? And I'll go to Do It All first because you know the story. I think you Do It All. You and Redman and all y'all came up together, right?
Say that one more time. Me and Redman, what?
You and Redman came up together as a crew first, right? Is this true? Or?
Yeah. We lived around the same hood. Actually, Red lived on 20th Street in Newark, in the West Ward. I lived on 19th. And Tresh lived on 18th, but on the East Orange side. So we all grew up on there. And Rod Digger was right up the block. You know what I mean? So we all grew up in the same hood. Just me and Red, we was just in this, like, really in the same hood. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And he was my DJ at first. Like Red was a hustler dude. He used to sell, he stayed low, stay out the way. You know what I mean? He used to sell his little weed or whatever off my porch. And I used to rhyme all the time. I was just killing everybody on the block with the rhymes, and he was just hustling weed at the time. We were selling weed, and then next thing you know, he just started freestyling, man. You know, while we was at the shows, he was my DJ, but he started freestyling. After that, man, it was
the fire him after that.
Yeah, the fire.
He was trying to take the stage.
You ain't never lied.
With that buddy wanted.
All them dope ass get him out of here.
I see you in Red still solid too. Y'all doing y'all activism out in Jersey and all that. I see y'all on IG.
Yo, I ain't gonna front, man. Like Doc is like one of my good friends, man. You know what I mean? And just to see him in the community, you know, I just feel like if we yell in Newark all the time, we got to be out there and show the people too, like, you know, try to help them get up out of the situations that they're in and fight for different causes and things from the community. You know what I mean? Like I wear Newark on my hat, Newark on my shirts and all of that type of stuff. So if I'm not in the hood trying to help a person get to where we got to, you know, I just feel like people they want to make it out, man. You know what I mean? And we give them the opportunity to help them just see different things a different way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's respectable.
That's fucking dope.
Definitely.
Word up.
JoJo, I know you right now. I want you to speak on it because I know you're doing your thing. You got your own podcast right now, right?
Yeah, you know, they scared over there with the whole COVID-19 thing right now. So we getting ready to, you know, get back in there in a minute. Me and my brother Carlton Fisk, you know, another dude from where I'm from. We got a podcast, you know, the JoJo Pellegrino podcast.
Shout out Carlton Fisk, word.
What's up with Carl? He supposed to get out, or he got out, right?
Yeah.
Carlo's out. He's well. He was just talking to me about you, Stick.
That's my nigga.
Yeah,
That's my nigga. Hell yeah.
He said he bumped into you. Carlton
So
Fisk
how many episodes in?
You know, we did a bunch of them, man. We got like, you know, maybe 8 of them done. I had Granddaddy IU on there. You know, I had Shaheem, my brother, on there. Actually, the first, you know, guy he got to speak to when he came home or whatever on camera. I was proud of that. But we took him to Vlad, and Vlad claimed that. First guy to introduce Shaheem, but it is what it is. You know, and you know, a few other people too, man. You know, just some guys from around the way. A kid from Staten Island, he's young. His name is Squid Nice, and we just getting up and running, man, having some fun. You know what I mean? And Carlton is explosive, so he's a blast. Whenever we got the cameras rolling, it's
Carlton is crazy.
Yeah, Carlton crazy.
Facts.
You know that already. You know what I mean?
I know you keeping the cameras rolling, Joe. I know you keeping them rolling.
Yeah, brother. You know I got to keep going, man. I love this hip hop thing, man. No matter how much time goes by, no matter how much the game changes, no matter what people say is you know the tone of the game, or yo, this is whack or that's whack. I find inspiration in everything, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know. That's the whole thing. And I know that everybody on the line right now feels the same way. I know Sticky loves this with all his heart. I know you love it. I know Taz and, you know, everybody. We love this shit more than anything in the world, man. So we keep going.
Facts, brother.
The one thing that's crazy is they say, you know, it's crazy. You guys know, you know, in the hood, they start calling you OG when you're 25 years old. You know, that's cool and all that. But when it comes to hip-hop, they say it's a young man's game, but right now, you know, hip hop really needs some big brothers. These kids need us to, you know, bro. I refuse to think that you can only be hot if you're 17 years old or 22 years old. You know, you guys are doing great. You guys, all you guys on the line are making a lot of tour money doing your thing every year. You guys are blessed off the legacy that you left behind and everything. But I know you guys are still in the studio doing new stuff, right? I mean,
most definitely. I got a project dropping July 10th, man.
Okay, no doubt. I got to grab that.
Probably one of my most personal albums I've ever done, man. Shout out to my crew, Funk and Jazz, but it's a solo project I'm dropping called Brenda's Son. And then after my solo project, then we got the Lord's project that's dropping too.
I got a question. On your project, you got any features? Is Brenda featured on there?
Most definitely. That's my mom. She's on it.
Yeah, she featured on the album.
She narrates the whole album.
Word, that's
the crazy
awesome.
Thing is,
if Brenda's son, she gotta be on there somewhere. That's
Matt, come on, you know we hip hop stick. That wouldn't even be crazy. And you know what? I love that question because if you wouldn't have asked, if I would have said no, I know on the road you would have got on me. Because that's the way you are. You would have been like, yo, how you gonna have us? How you come on?
Where are you? I'm telling you, that's all her publishers.
Word up. Word up. She
I would
narrates the
never
whole
be able to have my mom narrate that shit, man. She's a Bronx woman. It'll just be a terrible accent and then re-summarizations of the entire thing that she just said. It'll be a terrible narration. You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool.
Tash.
Man, hold on, I'm trying to fix this. Man, I had to put on these big ass headphones. The other was like technical difficulties or some shit. I got these big ass pilot headphones. Hold up. Hello. Yeah, all right.
You better call Dre, nigga. What the fuck is you doing?
They got no name on them and shit.
Yes, you guys got another. I know you and Alkaholiks in the Beating Us did something together. That came out, right?
Nah, they didn't come out. There was a lot of politics involved. I ain't gonna get into that shit, but we got an album that's been done for like 6 years.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
I mean, I ain't gonna say it was done, but we got an album songs that's been done for 6 years, and you know, it's just that didn't. I mean, shit. They called me the other day, and we talked about dropping it and everything, but they wanted to drop it like it was and everything. I'm like, man, let's at least get together one more time, and, you know, we do some shit, you know, or whatever. But really, I've been focusing on this. We got a new strain coming out. It's a brand. It's called Smokeaholiks. Shameless plug.
That's dope.
And everything.
Alkaholiks to the Smokeaholiks.
Oh, those one of them sticky fingers chips. That's like one of them sticky finger chips.
That's pretty genius right there. The Smokeaholiks.
We're gonna do a Smokeaholiks album this year. You know what I'm saying? Just to reinvent the shit and everything. We on some new shit.
That's dope.
It's the same old alcoholic shit, but it's that funk, man. But
say Alkaholiks.
This clothing line jumping and shit. It's called Live Victorious right here. I'm wearing this.
Yeah, I heard you put the
Did
beard
you ask
on.
me what I've been up to? I'm telling them all this shit.
No more beard. No more
yeah,
drinking.
man. It was about that time, man. Yeah, 30 years straight of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It started, you know, I just figured like for my next birthday and shit, I just wanted to go in a different direction. See, you know, but it's been working great, man. A lot of good shit been happening since, you know, shit, I ain't gonna go into all that, but a lot of good shit been happening. So.
That's what's up, bro. What up?
Yeah, definitely what's up. Yeah, alcohol after a while doesn't really go so nice with the human body.
Yeah, nigga.
You got
to cover everyone on the 40s and shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man.
Yo, Stick, you don't drink no more either, right?
But it's like 10.5 months, no drinking, yup. Fact.
Yep.
Oh, no. Hey.
And I used to be my drinking buddy too, man. Sticky on the tour, we was drinking buddies.
Word. Not no more. Now we just
and
buddies.
Now both of them stop. That's crazy.
Now we both stop.
That's what we do now.
Alkaholiks now, huh?
Oh, cheers. You know, cheers, we all.
Hey, yo, if y'all really want to fuck with me,
I feel left out now.
What?
Oh, no, I was about to say, I was about to tell you about this clothes company.
Go ahead.
We on the road with shit. Fuck it. This clothes company I got this shit. It's called Live Victorious and everything. It's out of Vegas, but it's an international thing, man. It's like we trying to spread the word, positive, you know, spread positive shit. You know, man.
Well, shit, since it's a clothes company, since it's Smokeaholiks, you need to make some clothes out of hemp.
Yeah, that's what we was thinking. Yeah, that's what I said. Smoke the t-shirt, nigga. We gonna smoke
that shit. Roll that shit up.
Well, you smoke it, you don't care what that shit made up. Man, but on the real, like check for this. Go online and check out this brand of clothes. It's called Live Victorious. Live, Live Victorious. And just put, if you see something you like, just put this Tash partner right here, and then we'll take it from there. And, I'm gonna let y'all up.
Now we're gonna support. We're gonna support. I'm gonna definitely support. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yo, Sticky, what you been up to, man? What's going on with Sticky Fingers, man?
Man, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Fucking too much shit, man. Fucking doing this app, the Sticky Fingers app. I think it's a perfect vehicle because right now, you got to make it easy for people to give you money and shit. You know what I'm saying? Everything is free nowadays. I got to think about how I'm asking nigga about my album when I ain't bought a fucking album in Udine and shit. You know what I mean? So it got to be different ways to go about it. So the app, download the app is free, but it has like in-app purchases and shit. Where you could get premium content, like the Sticky Fingers movie I did about my life, documentary, whatever. And also, I'll be selling like digital real estate. Basically, it's simple. It's like, the hot artist of the week or the new rapper of the month, whatever. They could buy space, or promoting their shit for premium content. It's the apps run the fucking world. Everybody has a phone. You don't go take a shit without your phone, and your whole phone is everything that makes up your phone is apps. So you know what I mean. So you got to get in the app world, and then you charge people monthly. You know what I'm saying? I got the niggas that make the apps and the whole shit. You charge them monthly. Let's say it's like $5.99 or whatever to get premium content. That's monthly, and every day you're updating the app with current events and new artists and shit and fucking chat rooms and what have you. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is like this: it's getting a little bit of money from a lot of people. Even at concerts, you go to a concert, hey, let me get a picture, let me get an autograph. Well, cool. If you want a picture, you got to take the picture with my camera. So we'll take the picture. Okay, well, let me get my picture. In order to get your picture, you got to download the app. You know what I mean? And the app and the picture, the download the app is free, but the picture might be in premium content. And in order to unlock the premium content, you got to pay $1.99, $5.99, whatever it is. And you'll get the premium content. The picture might be in there. It might be a movie. It might be this. It might be that.
That's dope.
That's dope.
So it's basically like a store in a sense. They got to download it on their phone, and then you got all the information because they've downloaded the app. So when you want to promote another project, you could deal directly with your consumer and shit like that. And you know what I mean? Next level shit.
Word up.
Oh, and I got a mobile video game that's going to be on the app too. Shit. This is dope. You know what I mean? So,
is it already in production? Are you like you got
the app is in the final stages at the app store for approval. You know what I mean? So it should be approved any fucking day now. Then I got to load everything up some more and then launch this shit. You know what I mean? So you got to
tell us the name already.
Huh?
You can tell us the name already?
Yeah, Sticky Fingers.
Oh, Sticky Fingers.
Actually, put like this. The app is already in Google Play. You can go to Google Play right now and download the app, but the app is kind of bare right now because I got to get Apple's approval first. Once I get Apple's approval, then I start loading up more shit because the approval process is fucking arduous. And if you have too much shit, they might not like one thing out of 100 and it gets postponed or whatever. So they say, just put 25 things. And then once it gets approved, then you add the other 75 things to make the 100 or whatever. That's just a fictitious number. But you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so shit on the pop. I got a mobile video game that's on the shit. And we working on a new ONYX album. I'm fucking working on another Sticky album. I'm trying to get this movie made. It's a hip hop movie. It's called Cain and Abel. You know what I mean? The whole entire movie is in rap. So
you did that before too, though, right?
Yeah, I did that shit twice. A Day in the Life.
Yeah, that was dope too.
Yeah, that was came out through Lionsgate. That was like home video, but this one is for the theaters. It's called Cain and Abel. Shit is crazy. So I'm trying to secure the budget for that shit. It'd be my third or fourth directorial debut, and it's a bigger budget, and gotta be you gotta fucking venture off into the other avenues that exist in entertainment, Especially since they shutting down the tours and shit right now, because you know that's where niggas was kicking off a lot on tour and shit, man.
Yep. Right.
Because hip hop is bigger than the United States of America. You know?
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah. Sound like you on to something though, nigga. I'm
If
gonna call you after this one. I need some money back. Nigga, get us up.
What'd you say about Fredro?
I said Fredro just released the EP a couple of days ago called A Few Joints. It's like 4 joints. He just put out Spotify, whatever, you know what I mean? I think he's gonna put out bundle packs with wax, you know, probably a t-shirt, what have you, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, dope.
No doubt. That's dope.
Fredro was just talking to you the other day I seen on the live.
Yeah. Fred, Fred, I'll be kicking it with Fredro a lot.
Yeah, you know, he got his podcast, Rappers and Ballers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he doing his thing, man. You can tell the people who moving through this system, like, if you come out of this on the other side of this, and you still the same way that you went in it, that shit's whack. You know what I mean? Right. Like, you gotta be thinking. You gotta come out of it. Word, you got to, man. And just like Sticky said, he just named a bunch of things. And that's just the mind thinking. Like the same thing with me. You gotta stay moving, gotta stay thinking. That's if you love it. The passion is gonna keep you moving. If you don't love it, then you're just gonna sit on the shit that you made and be like, all right, I'm cool, whatever. And then be lost. Right. You know what I mean? But when you hear like what Fredro doing, what Sticky doing, what I'm doing, and other artists, you know, that's just keeping us elevated, keeping our mind thinking, and keeping us showing our love and the passion for the culture, man.
And being strategic, marketing, and finding new avenues to launch and new things to get into and shit, you know?
That's right.
Especially like Corona was all fucked up and everything. But I think it opened up a few doors for people's thinking on how to do other things if you are fucking stranded in one place in America and you can't travel and there's no tour and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know?
Sticky, when you did that song on your first album and shit, and you got all them rappers about the court and shit, was that was that easy doing that? Were you all in the studio at the same time, or?
Yes and no. Man, that shit is crazy. What happened was I wrote the whole thing, right?
Oh, for real?
And then I had the other rappers come in and make it cater to fit to them. It's like a script. It was like a movie script. So I wrote this person will go here, they're gonna see this and that, and then they will come in and listen to what I recorded. I play this character and I play that character, and they would just make it fit themselves and keep some of the words and change others and da 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 da. You know what I mean? But it wasn't hard. Ain't nothing hard unless you say it's hard. That shit was incredible. It was fucking dope. It's hard.
That album was dope. That first album was dope.
Was that the Aftermath album? The one on Aftermath?
Nah, it ain't come out on Aftermath, but it was supposed to be on Aftermath. But Universal offered me more money, and I'm from Brooklyn and shit, so I took it.
Are you the only one from ONYX that's from Brooklyn, and everyone else is from Queens, or that's?
Nah, Fredro from Brooklyn too, but he moved to Queens earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
But I'm from New York. I live in every part of New York. Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, Manhattan, every place except for Staten. You know what I'm saying?
You guys
got a place out here for anytime you're ready, bro.
You said what?
I said you're welcome. You know that anytime you're ready, there's all sorts of space out
here. Can you come to me?
Yeah, no sweat.
I gotta go all the way to Staten.
Got a lot of friends out
here.
Can't
come to the city.
Got a lot of friends out there. Word.
Nah, that's what's up. I appreciate that. That's what's up. You know,
do it on. You still in touch with All Star? You remember All Star from Mass?
You said what?
All Star from Massachusetts?
Yeah. You still in touch with him?
Nah, I ain't speak to All Star in a minute. I just spoke to Mike Biv the other day. That's about, I still rock with him out in Mass, but I haven't All Star.
He moved out to Jersey though. He moved out to Jersey. When he hit the after that SWV record, he moved.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Cause I remember he brought y'all out here to perform way back.
Right. Yeah.
I was supposed to open for y'all.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Word up. It's some shit I be remembering, man, and some shit I don't remember, man. It still seems like it was yesterday, man. You know what I mean? A lot of shit still seem like yesterday. I got people walking up to me like, yo, remember when we such and such on the road in this city or that state? And I'll be like, no, I don't even remember.
I remember this shit since Wednesday.
They be adamant too. Like, yo, remember when you such and such in Chicago? And I'll be like, damn, I don't even remember being in Chicago.
Oh, shit. Crazy.
I be lying too. I be saying, yeah, I remember doing all this shit. I don't remember this shit. I be bullshit.
But Tash, we know you don't remember.
Chances are slim. I remember something fast.
Chances are slim.
Hold on. No, that was RBX that tried to get in here, and I said, we don't hear or see. He said, he's having the same problems that you had, Sticky, the same problems JoJo. Like, oh, I was in there, and I'm like, I said, we don't see you. We just see something says an iPhone and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to come in. Yeah, but let me ask you. Did you have to email it to him as well instead of texting? No. He told me.
Because when you emailed it to me, that's when it worked. When you was texting it wasn't popping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
It's a little hint for you.
Yeah, because that's what worked with JoJo too. He said that he have to email.
Hey, listen.
Yep.
Stop trying to go against the grain, man.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Yo, when you guys in the booth, do you guys agree in that punching shit, or do you guys are straight verse? You don't.
Hell yeah, punching. Listen. Take advantage of technology and shit. That's like saying, hey, they got automatic cars, but I know you're supposed to drive a stick shift. Fuck that. The hell yeah, punching. But if you're a punch master, you know, make it sound punchless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's
fuck that. Punch things in the face and a punch in the
mic. Yeah, I gotta agree with Sticky, man. Punching could be convenient. Well, you know what I mean. I'm sure all of us on here were like, nah, take me from the top. You know, a million times. But at this point, like, if you lay something down and it's already magical to a certain point, I ain't telling nobody nothing new on here. But for those that are not rappers, you know, you just like, yo, let's punch from there. You know what I mean? So it's definitely. But I would have to say, if I was spitting a line like one of them dead in the middle of little did it, I wouldn't want to punch, even if there was a clean spot.
Punch every bar.
I know. I watched.
Go to the studio. He did something every week. Did you not?
Me too.
Punch
every
punch.
He's
like, I missed some $20. Punch.
That's breaking news.
Punch.
And you know what?
Punch.
That's so funny.
God damn it. He was good at it too. You gotta be good at it though, you know? You gotta make it seem flawless and shit.
Yeah.
And then he had breaths in between each one. Besides, I missed $40 Go in, they would take out the breaths. The engineer
took out the breaths, yeah.
That was nice. I was like, okay. You know?
Yeah, no doubt. So,
but also what Kanye West said is real too. He said, yo, you gotta perform the shit at the show from beginning to end. But this is the studio, nigga. This ain't the show.
Kind of like you're still learning. You're learning your verse, and then when you already know your verse like it's nothing, then you can do that shit.
I mean, you can still know
you got your hype man saying it with you.
Still know your verse and still punch. You know what I mean? You might run out of breath. You might want to phrase something differently, but everything before is perfect. Why change it? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Crazy. I mean, let me get an inspiration. Let me get like a 3 rappers inspiration from, you know, each one of y'all that made you become who the artist you are and shit. Whoever want to
be myself and I.
Okay.
Nice.
What you mean? You mean you a little kid? Or you talking about?
Yeah. Before you still, what made you want to start rapping? Like, what rappers like? You know what I mean?
Music was already in my bones. I was on tour with Al Green when I was a kid because my mother used to work for Al Green. Al Green's wife was my mom's best friend, so Al Green's my godfather.
Oh, that's
I was on the road with his son, Norman, and shit. Kids, I guess that's where the music part come from. But shit, as far as rappers, you talking about? What you mean? Like who was influencing or something? What was the question again, man?
Your time. So he's asking me what time. He's thinking I was talking about 9:15 California time. I'm telling him, like, your top 3 influence rappers who made you.
That's your fault. You wasn't clear.
Yeah. My fault.
I take responsibility, young brother.
I gotta be careful talking about Sticky. He the Inspector Deck and shit.
Yeah, I love it.
Take the ownership down.
Yeah.
My three influences coming up in the game, man, was Run from Run DMC. I just thought he was a ill MC. I know he doesn't really get credit as a lyricist so much, but Run, man, I felt like he could just control any house, any stage that he was on. You know what I mean? And next was the smoothness and the dapperness and the flyness of Big Daddy Kane. You know what I mean? And he was next for me. Damn, I can only pick three.
Right. Yeah, that's nice.
Right, yeah. I would have to put Kane and LL in the same. If I just put them as a tie, if I can only pick three slots, them as a tie, and then for lyricism,
me the three, I would say Slick Rick, Kane, and KRS-One.
I gotta add Rakim though, because Rakim was the lyricist guy, man.
Yeah, Rakim and Kane kind of go together and shit. They like Batman and Robin almost.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hey, I only said one, but I gotta throw Ice-T in there. Mine's, man. Like, if you come up to LA, Ice-T was the nigga, man. He was
Ice-T was the
Ferraris when we in high school and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
you must be from the West Coast.
That's the point, nigga. I had to know Ice-T. East Coast too, though, but I had to say, if we just talk about the nigga, I had to say, but I was already rapping this shit by then and everything, but from the East Coast, I used to really like Red first album. I mean, I like all his shit, but Red, he used to mix the funk that I grew up on, the West Coast funk with the East Coast lyrics. Right. That was like mind-boggling to me, like, damn, they could bust over Zap and this and that and still, you know, fuck it up on the rhymes and shit, because West Coast, we was into like the, you know, we was into it, you know, so, you know, I got to throw Red up in there as far as, you know, combining these two styles. And
I couldn't throw Red in there because we came out like the same time and shit, you know what I mean?
Right, you did.
Yeah, that's what I said. We all
came out like the same time. We was on a tour, so.
I remember that tour. I had that on the VHS tape when somebody walked across the
Survival of the Illest.
That was the dopest tour. That was you talking about the Survival one, the Survival of the Illest one?
Hell yes, it was crazy.
Yo, just think about me though. Just think about me when it comes to Red
Death Jam series or whatever that was. I rewound that motherfucker like 1,100 times. The Jam one.
That was dope. Yeah.
It was ONYX and Redman and Run DMC.
Yeah. Oh, here go RBX. RBX is coming in right now. Okay, there we go.
Sticky Fingaz, you might appreciate the.
Can he see?
Oh shit, that's what's up. Yeah, you know we did a Marvel comic too, right? It's called Fight.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh shit.
It came out on Marvel Comics called Fight. One edition.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
this is my hip hop tribute wall of nerdery. So like I have as many classic hip hop albums on there.
RBX is talking, but you can't hear me.
RBX.
Push the green button that says call. It says call via call some shit.
Take yourself off mute. He ain't on mute, I don't think.
No, he's on mute. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he on mute.
He is on mute?
Sparkz Diesel is on mute.
Yeah,
what's good? The circle button that says
oh shit, I thought that was RBX.
There you go, connecting the audio. He good now.
Yeah, nice.
RBX.
Oh, y'all heard me, but I wasn't saying that, right?
Yeah.
You were saying something, man.
Jack. There you go, Ninja. Hey, Milka.
Give me some news I can use.
Hey, man.
What up?
I'm glad I'm here. I had to get real futuristic with my shit, so I was trying to figure some shit out. I had mics turned off and all kind of shit, so my bad, y'all.
Oh, you thought this was a versus?
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get futuristic and step my game up. So, you know what I'm saying? Well, how everybody doing?
Be good, man. How you, bro?
I'm maintaining. I heard y'all speaking earlier. I kind of was trying to tap in, but I don't think nobody heard me or nothing. But y'all was speaking on cats that got love for the music. You know, if you got the passion, you know what I mean. Regardless of what goes on, you stay current and getting into things. I just had that epiphany, be honest with you, because I was bogged down in a whole bunch of just, when I start having fun again and start like wanting beats that boot bop somebody upside their head and just that thing came back, man. And yeah, you need that sometimes. And I wasn't trying to follow no trend or catch no sound or whoop. I just did what was in my heart, and when them tracks came across, kind of like, you know, refreshing. So when I heard y'all talk about that, I was like, that was $1.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like it don't matter how old we get, how much time goes by, what's going on in the world. You know, we just want to get that off our chest all the time. When you got love for it, you got love for it. What could you say? You know what I mean?
And who made the rule that you got to stop rapping at a certain age or some shit? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, the
you
industry
can't get no money. As long as I'm getting money
get
and I got a passion and all that shit, you still get money too.
We all know who made that rule. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, you know, shit. Looks like
you know what I mean?
Everybody get whacker. Did anybody get whacker?
No, it's just the industry trying to maintain image control, man. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
What is image control? I don't even know what that means.
What's up?
Well, you know,
to blow up. I was like,
so they're always gonna sign young acts. It's always gonna look like, you know, the main thing going on.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of that shit, though. You can't tell them my voice. I'm getting tired of that shit.
Yeah, hey, well, you know what? I get real happy when I hear. I like when I hear things like JC and dudes like that signing brothers like Fat Joe. You know, shout out Fat Joe. You know, even dudes like Jim Jones. Jim Jones was you know, and shout out Jim Jones. That's my man too. You know, I know we all fuck with him. He was a thorn in Jay-Z's side. You know what I mean? And years later, you know, Jay-Z turned around and what did he do, right? He gave him a situation, right? So that's nice, you know, to see dudes that are still in their late 30s or their early 40s or whatever still be able to broker themselves a new situation and put the music out. And I understand, I guess I get why they might say that it's somewhat of a young man's game, because these young kids come to the show, right? So, you know, I mean, how many 35 or 40-year-old people are going to come out real deep all the time for us? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know,
do overseas.
But see, that's what the
of course,
that's what we
shit, man. Am I really that guy? God damn it.
Of course.
Niggas got bills and shit and kids.
Dude, I'm that fucking guy. Well, no, I guess I'm young. I'm young 30s, right? That puts me in an age where, like, you know, it's not really a young man's game anymore. But when I was growing up was when a lot of the inspiration that will eventually hit me was happening, right? 80s and 90s. It's like a lot of that kind of thing won't hit me until I'm able to, like, have the cognitive ability to hear what's going on, right? And so as someone who's only been doing it for 4 years, right, at this point, as far as being involved in the game, and it's a different challenge when you're competing against young people, but shit, man, if your fucking skill can beat theirs, then they can't say shit about it. And I'm more focused on, and granted, I'm more focused on the culture than I am about the money, you know, so that might also just be a little personal preference kind of thing. But, you know, as far as, you know, a young man's game or late man's game, I mean, shit, you wouldn't have Black Thought doing a 10-minute fucking freestyle and showing the kids what's up if he was in his fucking teens or 20s. You know what I mean? Like, that's a man at his age representing a lyrical skill beyond what a lot of people who are younger only capitalize off of opportunity.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anybody ever been to like a Frankie Beverly concert or a Zap concert? You know, anything like these?
You gotta ask DJ Lord Jazz for that. That's that Ohio shit.
That's what I'm saying. But these niggas still touring. Ain't nobody tell them it's a young man's sport. They made their records and they still recording.
Right.
They still touring. Them niggas gotta be in their 70s, man. Like,
man.
I'm just saying. We pushing our own self out the game, man, and like we letting people tell it. Like, we gonna.
You know what I think it is, though, man. I think, like, you see how Stick was saying, "Yo, I'm doing this. I got this technology. I'm doing this." I think that a lot of artists didn't do that early on. Like, they didn't keep themselves relevant. You know what I mean? They think just because you're not spitting bars no more, you're not hip hop no more.
Right.
I ran for city council in my city under hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, anything that I do is hip hop. I don't give a fuck what it is. You know what I mean? So I think that stop thinking about hip hop as just rap music. It's the whole culture. And you can find other avenues to express your hip hop. You know what I mean? Your voice might go. Are you gonna stop being hip hop? Because you can't lyrically spit the bars no more? Like, I know I'm not. I'm gonna still forever be hip hop. Whether I'm rapping, whether it's putting rap niggas on, whether it's doing some technology that's hip hop, whatever it is, I'm gonna stay hip hop. And I think that a lot of our artists didn't know how, or they just didn't remain being hip hop when the rap part of it felt like it was over for them. You know what I mean?
Right, they left it alone. They didn't keep going with other aspects of it. Showing right.
And I retract my statement I just said. I said these niggas out there doing, like, they doing concerts, Gap Band and all them at 70 years old and stuff like that. I can't picture Sticky Fingaz doing slam at 70.
I can.
I can.
Man, you know what?
I
got news for you. I got news for you right now, Tash. Hey, Tash, I got news for you, nigga.
Oh, shit.
Listen, I got news for you, nigga. I'm 70 right now, nigga.
Said you was a clone,
nigga, I got the fountain juice, nigga. I drink I drink magnetized water, nigga.
That's crazy. That nigga said I'm 71.
Reverse osmosis.
Damn.
Yeah. Only nigga older than me is Fredro. Fredro older than everybody.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Oh, and Lord Jazz, you know Lord Jazz like 100.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. They the same person, they're the same age.
Yeah, right.
So question for Do It All. How did you link up with Marley Marl?
Yo, we met Marley Marl, man. I don't know if y'all know a brother by the name of Derek Jackson. Derek Jackson, he runs a he used to work with Fran at Def Jam. He do like marketing and stuff like that. He used to manage Coolio. He managed Scott Storch for a long time.
Wait, his name was what?
Derek Jackson. We called him.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. So Derek Jackson.
Scott Storch. Yeah.
Yeah, he also found the Roots. We went to the same college, and Lord Jazz was his good friend. So he told Lord Jazz, I'm about to graduate, and Marley Marl is my cousin. So when I graduate, I'm gonna be working for Marley. You need to put together a group. So Jazz was like the big DJ at Shaw University. He was the one doing all of the parties and all that. So he used to tell people, yo, if you want to kick some rhymes, come up to the mic. So I used to always go over that motherfucker like, yo. And then when he graduated, and the crazy shit though, he never used to let Funky Man get on the mic. And when we graduated,
fucked up feeling.
Yeah, right. And LA told him, yo, put together a group. And he put together me and Funky Man, and he was also on our radio. Our school had a radio station. So he was also the DJ on the radio station, and he told people to come up. We came up, kicked a rhyme together, and people was like, yo, y'all should, let me send that to Marley. We sent Psycho to Marley, man, and the rest of history. He came down in like a month and checked us out at the school. We did a show at this club called Fever. I had a fight like 2 days before, so I had
we're talking about in the Bronx, Sal. Sal ran the Fever, the club in the Bronx, right?
Word, Sal at the Fever.
Yeah.
So all the homies.
So you went to the Fever? That's crazy. Wow.
We had the crazy fight when we went to the Fever. This shit was crazy. He was throwing chairs, the whole shit.
There's stories about that motherfucker.
I used to love to see Honest come through, man. Always loved it.
Hey, I got a question, Stick. Was the Fever worse than the Tunnel?
It was nothing worse than the Tunnel.
Nothing was worse than the Tunnel.
I used to have fun in the Tunnel.
I went to the Tunnel. I was in the Tunnel. The Tunnel was wild, so I was like, yeah.
Because I ain't never seen no shit like that, man.
Nothing was worse than the Tunnel, man.
Like, that's fucked up, right?
I didn't even know the Tunnel was that bad.
Maybe Club Sensations in Newark got close. If y'all remember Club Sensations.
That shit was crazy too.
Yeah, but the Tunnel was ain't nothing worse than the Tunnel.
Listen, the niggas from Club Sensations was going to the Tunnel too.
Yeah, yep, that's right. That's right.
Tunnel was that shit. Everybody would go to the Tunnel.
Word up.
Wu-Tang banned from the Tunnel.
I don't doubt it.
They banned from the Tunnel?
Yeah, they used to
They
go
came with
so deep.
2,000 niggas to the tunnel. That's
Yeah,
what
they would go through there deep. Bunch of predicates looking to start trouble and shit like that. You know, it's good times, man. Tunnels is shit, man.
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking, man. Looking
I
at like
great times in the tunnel, man.
Well,
Shout
but
out
I
to
can
Trex.
shout
That was
out
my
say at
tunnel
least I
partner.
touched down once. I did go to the tunnel and I did was wild as fuck. And then and Cass was telling me soon they was like, yo, X, you ain't in LA. When Cass get to wilding and it was like a little skirmish and the homies was like nudged me like, yo, back up. This ain't LA. You don't walk up on nothing. You been and get $1.50 sliced up and cut up. So I was like, wow, it was like that there. So yeah, facts.
Yeah,
Couldn't even do it to the girls.
That the tunnel was like that, nigga. They had a unisex bathroom, nigga.
Yeah,
you know how that was
You
rocking.
just go to the
Yeah, I
bathroom.
set you up in the bathroom. I ain't never seen that. That's the first time I seen that shit.
That's rocking. Give a head.
Tunnel was ahead of its time.
Whatever, son.
RBX over there smoking that good. And then,
I mean, I couldn't resist, man. You know, I feel like I'm in a family setting and I'm doing what I do. And I just had this shit in front of me and it was calling me.
Hey,
it
was calling you.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Me too.
OG up and I, you know what I'm saying? That part. The little coffee.
Cheers.
Stick, make an app where we can pass each other weed
the
back and forth.
Smokeaholics, yo. Smokeaholics.
You gotta make sure it's medical, though. You gotta make sure it's medical.
It's medical, but it's grimy though. See, because the homie
I got a stem coming out too.
Black market is always the shit, though.
Taz, I gotta get one of them shirts, man.
See what happened? They had slammed
right here.
with the
Yeah, I'm gonna hit
so
you
we
up,
had
man.
to
I'm
go
gonna
to
hit
the
you up.
alley and get it.
Oh, dang.
I'm gonna hit
I
you
don't
up.
have a problem with going to the alley though.
Right. I got a stem coming out too. It's called Sticky Fingers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got a couple of flavors. You get that sticky dro.
I got that Hiroshima.
I drop bombs. Yeah.
Quit playing with me, Dick. Dick, quit playing with me, son.
That's that remember me?
Wait a minute, I got the bomb strains. You can get Hiroshima, you can get Nagasaki. Nagasaki is sativa. Hiroshima is the indica.
That's what's up.
So yeah, man. Come on, man. Let's do that shit. I'm just waiting for some other things to happen, you know what I'm saying? I kind of fell back, but on the music, you know how the music is, it's gonna make everything reverberate and elevate. So I'm kind of focusing on that too, so that I can simultaneously drop the whole store at one time, man. So we just been building everything good. Right. And been smoking everything good.
So question for Sticky. How did your acting career come into play?
Oh, man. You know what was crazy is everything happened, I would say, simultaneous. Because, like, the first year I did the first movie was, like, the first year the album came out type shit, you know? But Fredro started acting shit first because his first movie was Strapped. And I had, like, a little cameo in that shit, you know what I mean? I was just on set as far as Whitaker. He was a director. It's a directorial debut. Yeah, yo, Fredro, your cousin's Sticky. Tell that nigga to do the lineup. So I did the lineup. But my very first movie was fucking Clockers. It was Spike Lee. It was an open call audition. The fucking whole New York City was there. It was the fucking line was around the fucking
I was
block.
there too.
But I was in that Sticky Finger bullshit, so I didn't wait on line. I skipped the whole line, right? Went up there and did my thing. And I got the part. I was like, oh shit, okay. So, you know, but then the important part came in. I kept doing it. You know, I got an agent, kept doing it. You know, I had the fucked up crooked eye and shit, right? Some casting director was like, she didn't want to tell me and shit, so she told my manager, my agent. He's like, yo, if he fixes his eye, he could be a fucking leading man and shit. And my agent, he ain't give a fuck, so he told me everything. The bitch said, if you fix your eye, you can be like a leading man and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I fixed my eye and shit. So, meaning, I started putting attention and drive into the acting shit. So it kept going, nigga. On IMDb, it's like 93 movies right now. Real talk, you know?
Let's go.
But the most important ones are the ones I'm doing my fucking self through my production company that I write, produce, and direct. I don't even got to write, produce, or direct it, but it got to come out through my production company. Those are the most important ones. But you use the other ones as well as vehicles to get you to the point that you want to be at. Everything is a forward propel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
I remember seeing you on the Shield, man. I used to love the Shield when it was out, man. And
Colonel Little, that shit was
put you
dope,
in that
man.
motherfucking that what's it called shit?
In the box.
Shut
the
you
container.
in there.
There you
That
go.
was you in Oz too, or am I thinking you was in Oz?
Nah, you thinking I was in Oz?
I was thinking, all right.
I did a couple of episodes of Eyez where I whooped Schillinger's ass and shit.
Well,
I had a 1 episode arc, a 2 episode arc. I mean,
no, that definitely. Yo, when do it all. When who produced the Lords of Underground? K-Def? Was it Marley Marl?
so Marley Marl is the producer of Lords of the Underground. K-Def was part of Marley Marl's production, and once again, L.A. Derek Jackson brought K-Def to the table. I believe he was talking to a girl that lived around K-Def's block. And everybody, you know, K-Def was the local DJ and producer in Passaic around this chick's block. And he told them, you know, everybody was talking about K-Def, so they said, yo, bring me some beats. He brought the beat tape, cassette tape to Marley's house. And we probably was halfway through the album. And K-Def finished about maybe 6 more after that. You know what I mean? So, you know, like K-Def was definitely banging out all of the beats, but Marley was making them joints. You know what I mean? Like
that's like Master J and Shot Skills type shit. Same
yeah,
different.
but I'm not taking nothing away from K-Def, because K-Def actually became way dope. Like once he got in that $1 million studio with Marley and didn't just have his bedroom to make beats in, and now he got this $1 million studio with under direction of Marley Marl, he became a monster.
Right.
Yo, RBX, who did Snoop Dogg's album? Dre told by himself. How did that album come? Like, who's the production behind that whole?
I mean, on the beginning, in the beginning days when Snoop was working.
Yeah, when the first album, the Doggy Dog World and shit. Was that on Daz Dillinger? Or that was.
I mean, it was probably a mishmash of the crew that was around. Chris the Glove, you dig? Daz Dillinger, probably some Battle Cat.
Okay. I'm looking, you know, because I look at Dre like how Marley was. Like you under them no matter what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Right.
They're the control, like they're the name, you know what I'm saying? Like
Dre's one of my favorite
I know
producers,
exactly
man.
what you mean.
Yeah, mine too.
I look at Dre like the level of Marl, because Marley Marl was before that, you know what I'm saying? Then Dre came and everybody was Dre, you know what I mean? Like when you were supposed to, I remember when Dre did the Been There and Done That video, and in the beginning he's watching you on the screen, and it came, you know, I remember RBX coming out with an album with him, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the video and it never happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't.
I mean, that was the plan, you know. But you gotta understand, Dre was trying to step away from the whole Death Row thing. We was gonna come with a whole nother vibe and whatnot. And I'm gonna keep it honest with you, as a grown man on some grown man spirit. I couldn't leave the streets alone. I kind of was a little too invested in the streets than I should have been at the time, but I ain't have nobody around to tell me no different. So I was just doing what I knew, you know, being loyal to the soil and whatnot. But everybody caused some disruptions in, you know, the product and doing what we was doing. But everything is everything. It didn't all turned out the way it was supposed to. So, you know, it's all good.
Yeah, because we did an interview last week with Sir Jenks, and he was talking about. He said he was with you guys somewhere, and you protected him from some situation he was stuck in. You were there, you had his back or some shit.
I mean, I don't want to come off like
no, he was telling us on the show. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I done held a couple of the homies down in situations. Not like I'm like no superhero, you know, but me having that righteous background and striving to I can be like, yo, y'all. If I think it was some real crap, some bullshit, then I'm gonna step in and I don't care who you is. If you're on the side of righteousness, I'm gonna rock with you, and that's what we did.
That's some real shit. Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's dope. What are you doing now? Okay, go ahead, Bob.
It's crazy because RBX saying he was investing, really in the streets deep and all that stuff, but it's crazy how you smashed that motherfucking album when you got on there like all you ever did your whole life.
I was really in the streets, son. I was out there like we was out there. It was coming through because I was just getting right up off the, like, nigga, we was just in a shindig.
It was very easy to tell. It was very easy to tell what type of
sounding like that because I was really doing that. I was really out there doing things, It was kind of a wild time, man. I was just speaking to some of the homies about it, but
you sound like a monster on that motherfucker, man.
Monster. Right, man. I appreciate that. Respect, bro. Respect.
Yo, you know what's crazy? With all this racially tense bullshit going on in the world and stuff like that, it's nuts because I'm from Staten Island, right? And out there it's like they got a whole side of the island is all Italian mixed up with some Irish people.
Oh yeah, I seen some of the jump offs. They're like, whoa. You can't even go there. Well, you better not get caught down here fast. Like, yo, they doing it like that.
It was kind of like it was tense back in the days, man. I mean, it really was. It was pretty much popping. It's racial wars in high school all the time, and it's just everywhere. They wouldn't come over here. Most of the white boys would never go over there unless they was buying crack or something like that or whatever. But the crazy shit is ONYX, right? ONYX and Wu-Tang particularly, especially Wu-Tang being from Staten Island. When those albums dropped and all the white boys really, really ran with it, it kind of opened the doors, man. Because it's funny how everybody always says, and we are all the same. We are all men that love hip hop and and this and that. So in that way, we are the same, right? But everybody keeps saying, human beings, we're all the same. We're not different. We're all the same. Why can't we just get along? We're all the same. No, we're not. We're all very different. I think until then, when people start exploring each other's differences and respecting each other for that and exploring the culture the same way all these white boys will listen to Slam, and Wu-Tang, forget about it. You know what I mean? And, in terms of Staten Island and the Chronic album, forget about it.
It opened up a door to race relations.
It opened up a door, right, to race relations. You had the same white boys that were like, fuck these motherfuckers. Now all of a sudden they're wearing Wu-Tang shirts. And ONYX especially, because it's crazy because Slam and all that grabbed up all these white boys that don't like rap music.
Music. But you gotta think, Dre. You keep saying the Dre albums. Dre was in NWA in '86.
And you guys who are these white boys, their favorite group.
That's what I'm saying. NWA fans were white boys. Man, I was there.
Yo, listen. When we be on tour, this is a fact. We the only black niggas in the room with them a lot of times.
Right, that's fact.
I'm saying real talk. Real talk.
They know the temperature.
Overseas, it be all white people.
It be a lot of white niggas. But we only black niggas.
But them be good shows, though. Them be good shows, though, because they be there to really...
Shit, we just did a song with ONYX called "What's Up."
Yeah.
On the road. If you look in the crowd, all you're gonna see is basically white. That's it. The whole crowd.
Well, it's not a secret, man. They love the music, man. They show up to the shows and all that, and
and respect it.
It's not that they love the music more than anybody else, and I'm pretty sure everybody in this feed right now.
And it's not just white. It's fucking every fucking race. You know what I mean? It drops all the borders, all the separations of religion and classes and shit like that, and colors. You know what I'm saying? Because all that shit is bullshit. I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah, we all different, but you see that the shit just went black. I mean, shit. We all different. We all.
They watching you.
They heard you about.
They watching.
And they said we can't let them say that. No, here this nigga go right here.
We all different. But make no mistake about it, we are all the fucking same. You don't see roses and sunflowers arguing with each other. Hey, you're yellow and I'm red. Nigga, we all humans. We all shit. We're human beings. Even saying human being is being racist towards all of the other beings.
Right.
We just beings, and that's a fact. But us humans, we got words and shit. The whole world is surrounded in sound. But only the human world surrounded the words. So we took these words and we made all these fucking BS, this fucking bullshit, fucking belief systems. And, we on Earth, nigga. So we all the same. Believe
Right.
that.
But you know what, though, fans, though, I gotta say this, though,
just because you speak a different language, it's still language. You know, just because you a different color, it's still skin. It's just all about the same. Believe that.
But you gotta admit, though, white fans, though. Can you hear me?
We all travel the world, right? And there's you go around the world, everything's the same. The same traffic lights, the same architecture, the same animals, plants, and insects, same cars. Okay, London they drive backwards, but the same shit is still a car.
Well, it's kind of like I guess
there's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, I guess what I meant before was culturally, right? We all eat different, you know, party different, you know, get emotional, you know. I mean, you know, it's like for example out here, if there's a black family having a cookout and they doing what they're doing in the backyard and there's all Italian people all over the place, you know, they might say when they're listening, man, I wish they would turn that fucking music down, or why they got to be so loud, or what are they doing smoking weed? And they don't understand that that's just how that they chill out and party. Or like, you know, for example, like, you know, or like same thing, vice versa. If a bunch of Italian motherfuckers are doing what they're doing, you know, look at these guys standing in the middle of the street, smoking cigars, this and that, you know, all this other shit. But I think when people respect each other and indulge in each other's minor differences, yes, we're all human beings, we're all bleeding shit and fucking and all that stuff. But I mean, in terms of just culturally, right? These are the things that people like, you know, they don't understand. Like, you know, it's crazy how like to the average white person or police officer who obviously never had any black friends or hung around any black people, he don't know the difference between motherfucking, you know, Alpo in a hoodie or Trayvon Martin in a hoodie, and that's disgusting. You know what I mean? And maybe what I'm saying is if people just get around each other and explore each other's cultures and the slight differences more, maybe they have more of an understanding, right? It's like, I don't know, man. It's just it's something, man. But the hip hop shit is just right now is a detrimental time, man. Like I don't know about you fellas, but I'm sitting here like every time I pick up a pen or every time I go to say something, I'm like, man, I should get into this, so I should say that. There's so much to talk about. There's so many things to talk about.
There's so much to talk about as an MC right now, man. I'm really want to hear what MCs is talking about on the aftermath of this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like what are you talking about? Like, I just want to hear truths. Whatever your truth is, I just want to hear your truth.
Right. Because if it's nonsense,
if during this pandemic, you was pushing them things, you know what I mean? I want to hear it if that's what's your truth. If you was out there with the marches, I want to hear that. If whatever you was doing during this pandemic, I want to hear that, man.
Yeah. It's dope. You know, now there's a million music videos now with everybody rapping with a knee in their neck and stuff like that. And that's dope. But it's like, yeah, like you're saying, there's a way of doing it, right? If everyone's doing the same thing, you know, there's got to be a different, smooth way of doing it.
Right.
You know, even look at Son, like when he did This Is America. This is America. You know, like that shit was fly. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just whatever. There's so many different ways to approach it.
And that was years ago. That song ain't new by any
That was like 2 years ago, right? 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it's quite a few years old. Yeah, word.
There's so many different bags to get into right now. You know what I mean? It's like rappers to the rescue too. You know what I mean? So
rappers to the rescue.
Rappers to the rescue. The instrumentalists.
Like, where's KRS right now? You know, where's Chris at? Everybody asking, where's Chris at now? Where's he? You need him right now, like for real.
Either him or Killer Mike be kicking that shit, son.
Oh, Killer Mike, without a doubt.
Yeah, Mike, he getting busy.
Yo, you guys saw the new Public Enemy joint with DJ Premier and shit?
I like it.
I heard it. I heard it.
Yo, is it just me? Or do Flavor Flav still sound like he back in 19?
It sounded just like that. Bro, they captured the essence. I like that.
Yeah, Chucky. Yeah.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we hear you.
Clear.
Oh, okay. The motherfucker, it said mute, then it said unmute or some shit.
No.
I was tripping out that song. The Public Enemy had did because I always know, like, you know how people be in the lyrics and shit like that. I love niggas' voices, man. Like rappers with dope voices, like Sticky, Do It All. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas' voices. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you active.
Tash, that's coming from you.
No, what I'm saying is some songs, like I like Too Short voice. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Some niggas that got that shit. And some niggas sound mundane. And like the RBX is only one RBX. You know what I'm saying?
RBX sound crazy.
Respect. Yeah, man. Respect.
But that's what I tripped off. Chuck D sound like he did in the 80s and shit.
Yeah.
Like he lost a beat.
He captured that essence. I heard it when it first hit me. I'm like, it hit me like the joints that he would have done back in the days when he was doing all it, and he didn't sound nothing other than Chucky D.
And once again, I'm tripping. He's talking about the same shit. He's talking about the same shit from then. The same problem.
That's that shit. That's that shit. When it make you say that more than one time, then that's that shit. That's that shit. What?
He's about to have one.
Chuck D got so much things he said that people used in different songs because his voice and the way he said it.
I heard him
Fight
when he
the
was
power.
talking about the USFL and the Generals, Trump's old football. I heard him. As soon as I heard him like, oh, he busting off 50 cows. Yes, man. He ran in the building. He wasn't like pussyfooting around at all. I'm like, oh, I'm hearing you, Chuck. Damn it. Uncle Chucky, here he go.
Chucky.
Here he go.
Y'all was talking about age. He's older than everybody here. You know what I mean? Chuck's.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
There you go, Dad. There you go, Dad.
Chuck the
That's
G,
what I'm
bro.
trying to say.
Ain't nobody better not say nothing sideways, bro.
Never. They better not.
D,
And Primo did the beat.
You run the risk of getting the whole thing.
I speak to Chuck on the phone sometimes, man, and I still be acting like the nephew. Like, okay, yeah.
Like talk shit, them S1Ws coming,
That's the one, man. Come on.
Damn right.
Chucky D one of them, yes, sir. Respect.
I feel like the game changed as soon as they did that video and everybody showed up in the middle of the street like that, talking that powerful, beautiful unity stuff.
Wow.
Yes. Man, you know the executives are like, this ain't what we were trying to do. Ain't no money in this. We gotta get paid. We don't want motherfuckers thinking too much now. You know what I mean? Let's
We want to be rough, but not so
Chuck
rough.
was so goddamn nice that the motherfucking
Oh my
I think
God.
changed the game. Man, a brother like Papoose never got to eat. Like the way he should have ate off of his lyrics, you know, of just the content, the way, because Chuck D.
Pappy going in.
Respect the Pap.
Word.
I gotta put this joint on.
That is that nigga.
But like I said, respect the Pap. I done heard him before many times. The boy ruled and run things.
He do, and if you give him a chance, and you know, and he had that light, and he had that opportunity, and he made the right music. You better believe in his music will be a lot of driven, the same type of energy as Chuck D. You know, where he's putting his people on. You know, now it's understand he going through the whole shit. You know what I mean? They don't want that. You know what I mean? I feel like Chuck D's the one that showed them, you know, the power right there. And so it's so incredible for him to come back right now, man. It just feels great, man.
Yeah.
Not what you expected. You
So
know?
you think this is the time right now?
Now you got something to bump in the car when you're moving around. You don't want to hear that bullshit. You want to hear some like yada yada to get the car moving right. You put some of that in, and now you can go get bills paid. You got people that we need to run you your change. You can pull up with that bumping when you. It just evokes a whole little attitude, and we need that attitude.
100%.
We need that. It's like, wait a minute. Oh, I remember back in the days. It put that smirk on your face when you want to walk in the building. And you're good in the car, but when you walk in the building, you put your face on. Like I wish the fool would try to, like, yeah. And you just heard the word too. That's gospel.
Study your history. Whoever
tomorrow with that song,
Mr. T.
Fucking politicians. All you do is just tune into hip hop and see what dudes is talking about. I miss when it was like that. Now everybody's on some other shit. You know what I mean? You ask now is it the time? It's been the time, but now it's just another moment where we see the opportunity. Like, yo, okay, you know, it's always the time to add substance to the music. You know, I think somebody like the Baby is capable of doing that. As big as he is and as glossy and all that other stuff and as childish as some of the records are, I could see somebody like the Baby turning around and switching it up for a minute and putting more on the music. It's up to them brothers to do it.
What about Rowdy?
Of course I see. Listen, of course I see that. But you know, the guy's rowdy. He's gonna come. He's gonna talk that shit. I can't wait to see that red carpet come out for Sun when he comes out. Oh my God. But who knows? But yeah, you know, it be brothers like that might just turn around and add a little something to the music to wake everybody up.
Or this time, or right now might birth the new dude or chick.
Right. It's going because you can't rock after all the climbing of what just done happened and went down, you can't come back with some of that stuff.
Right,
what? Everybody's gonna look at you like you stupid. You're gonna look at you. You're not even gonna feel right doing no crazy clown shit like that. You're gonna wanna have some substance. Everybody's gonna wanna, and everybody's gonna tune in and listen to how much substance you got and how much yada yada you with. And the more substance you got, the more love and respect you're gonna get, because cats want to be led in the right direction. Like 400 years of the whoop wop, ain't nobody trying to hear none of that. I mean, the music is still gonna do what it's gonna do. You know, you still gonna have your people that want to go party, but then you're gonna have the ones that's conscious that gonna want to hear with some substance, and that's gonna drive a whole nother lane. And that clown shit is not gonna be allowed. And that's a trip. It's kind of embarrassing and shit, nigga. But I just wrote my first like socially conscious I wrote positive raps back in the day, but I'm writing about the shit that's going on right now. I did some shit about the riots that didn't come out, but I should have been talking about shit like this. I shouldn't have waited till some shit jump off, then decide that this the lane and all that. But I got a hot ass song. It's called "I'll Wait." That's the name of it, and it's hard.
It's crazy though, because it take this shit to happen, but prior to that, I don't think the audience really wanted to hear that shit. We say we wanted
that too. Say that.
There you go. There you go.
They wasn't receptive because nothing had happened to spark that little thing inside their brain to even make what you speaking on relevant. Like, we don't know what you're talking about, but now that you actually see somebody in your face from your suburb, yada yada, from way your house, and you seen this man get kneed to death, and okay, now we're starting to open another conscious, and that door is gonna kick another lane, and it's pretty much a conscious lane. And I think that's what's gonna happen. I think it's still gonna be some fun party songs, but that's gonna be it's gonna be weeded out slowly.
Yeah,
everybody's gonna want to hear something.
It's got to come back.
Want to hear something.
Right. Where they talk or something, where every artist is saying
people,
something.
Initially, they're going to want to hear what they talking about. What you talking about?
Right, what you talking about. How you act, that's the same way how you pulling up. Like, you got to pull up right.
Facts. How you pulling up?
How you pulling up? Oh, this nigga pulling up sideways. He done park sideways. You better go get Valley to get your whip right. You ain't pull up right. You pull up gang goofy. You goofy, dog. And this how you pulling up right now. So everybody now, radio gonna support this shit. I wonder. We've been in quarantine, so now we finna pull up at the gig again. So now it's like, I ain't seen you in months. How you pulling back up, dog?
Wow.
Do all of this. How you pulling back up? You could be broke down like, oh, did the quarantine break you down? Is you gonna pull up with like 3 masks on and some Lysol? Is you paranoid? How you pulling up, my nigga? Fuck that.
Oh shit.
All right.
So Tad.
Yeah.
So you from Ohio, right?
Yep.
Originally?
So I was born in Columbus, and I moved to LA at 13.
Oh, damn.
And I'm going on 50.
So I wanted to ask you, do you feel like, you mean, your career, your rap career would have took off if you didn't leave Ohio?
Hey, yo, what's the weird hand though sticking up out of your screen? What was that?
That's my girl hand right
there. Oh, shit.
I can't even see yourself.
My bad.
Do it again.
Who was talking?
Do it again.
Oh no, I gotta see
it.
My bad, Quinn. I just saw a hand.
That nigga said what? Oh, that nigga, what the fuck was that hand, son? Talk to your boy. Oh, hell to the no. Oh man.
Okay. Yo, with the Tash situation, how did you and J-Ro and King T and all that happen? How'd that happen?
Shit, it's a long story, but to short it up, make a short story long or a long story short, wherever we go.
Number 2.
King T.
The matter.
Hold up, my brain going crazy. Hold up. King T. Before King T was King T when we met him. You know what I'm saying? but he was just becoming King T though. You know what I mean? He had his first record out.
Right,
He switched with over to KT house to cut his hair, and I guess KT had a DJ named Keith Cooley, and Keith Cooley, I don't know if he's fucking up or something, but KT did a new DJ, and he hired Spliph, and that's how it started. And you know, Ice-T used to come around and tell us we was hard and everything, but we was called ESP before the Alkaholiks. ESP, we called Everyday Street Poets. That's what they were, and nobody's
I'll tell
name.
you first name.
That was nobody liked the name except us. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
and that led you to start drinking.
And then we just went on the
like we got it.
With the whole,
start drinking after that. So I got a name for us.
It's crazy because there's always been a few high caliber lyricists that are like real high caliber lyricists that are not from New York City that kind of got that type of feel to them. And Taz, you already know you one of them, man. You
yes, he is definitely one of them.
Yeah,
goddamn
he is.
monster.
Most
definitely.
Like, yes,
think right up the block or something like that. Like, god damn, man. Like, for real, your shit was intense, bro. Still is, man. Pick you up all day, bro.
I agree, bro.
I grew up on New York rap and LA rap too, but it's just
but I know exactly what he's talking about.
And I was born in Ohio. Everybody know that's where the funk from. Ohio's where the funk from. You know what I'm saying? So,
but when the first time I heard you spit, Tash, I thought that too. Like, yo, Tash got that thing right there. He hip hop is he ain't really like, he don't sound like he don't got a West Coast drawl with his thing. He just is more of a universal appeal. He hip hopping. I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
I wasn't even doing that on purpose because a lot of people at first when we first came out, everybody thought it was for New York. LA motherfuckers thought it was for New York.
That's what I'm saying. I know y'all wasn't, but I knew what you was doing. I was like, oh, flashy Tashy, he doing his thing, bro.
Straight up, man, definitely.
How'd that loud?
Newark was definitely rocking with the licks, man. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Said, what about Loud? Somebody said,
how did the Loud situation happen?
Shit. Tell you the truth. To sum it up, nigga, we about to sign a deal with Freeway Rick. You know what I'm saying? Freeway Rick got a record label. We about to sign with him, and the dude Fabian Duvernay that was like linking us up with him. I don't know if he was working with Loud. I knew Loud was really technically the first group on Loud. I know Madcap and Twister, they signed with him too, but I forgot what it was. I think it was the first one to come with a whole complete album or something like that. But really, Faye plugged us up with Steve, and Steve, told us what his, it was a New York label, but it was in LA. It had an office in LA too. So we just felt like at home up there, it was all about the hip hop, and they let the artists do their thing. It wasn't like they was cheap as fuck. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you what we signed the first deal for. That would cost Steve personally. You'd be like, nigga, what?
He slid that in there. You see that stick?
That's funny. He slid that shit right in there.
That shit off in there, dog.
Sneaky.
But we ate off the because the whole thing with us, everybody thought it like, nigga, I used to have to throw LA in the raps a lot to letting the motherfuckers know we was from LA because everybody in New York thought we was from New York. So we ended up on tours and shit that wasn't, we the only West Coast, like the Tribe Called Quest De La Soul tour. You know what I'm saying? These niggas thought we was from New York. You know what I'm saying? So we, we was on shit like Stretch and Barbados and all them.
Yeah, you bodied that.
From the West was on there. And
yeah, that's because you Spanish, nigga. Fuck out of here.
You said what? Fuck. I know I was thinking.
I said that's because you Spanish, nigga.
I know I heard you.
So you said you was the first group that was on Loud, or you was one of the first. You was the first group?
Nah, because Twister was on there. Tongue Twister was on there. He was Tongue Twister back then, and he signed a deal with him, and then he didn't like the deal, so he ripped it up and shit and said, fuck this. He already recorded under Loud Records, though. Like, they put him in the studio and shit. I don't even know how that worked, but I don't think he dropped the whole album. I can't be sure, but we felt like it was because they didn't have an office back then. And we came right when they had cubicles and shit. So we came at the very, the very first part of this shit. Hold on, what's up? Somebody calling me from a video thing while I'm on the video. Hold up. All right, here we go. But anyway,
I just thought of something. Did y'all have an altercation with Tribe Called Quest or Q-Tip or something like that?
Oh shit!
Nah, well, hell no, I wasn't no altercation. They pumped that. They blew that way the fuck out of a voice.
Okay, I read that.
Like, yeah, that was more mad. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't no, because we was on the tour, we was boys, but the whole thing is that the Alkaholiks, everybody knows that as part of our stage show, nigga, we throw beer on the crowd. We spray beer like we like the Black Beastie Boys and shit or whatever. And like we used to fuck the stage up and shit. The speakers be upside down and bitches leave because they
slippery as hell on stage.
Yeah.
The whole stage would be slippery and all that. And they got salty and that shit, but instead of coming to us and saying, look, nigga, stop doing that shit, man. You know, or can we do something like get some towels up there or something? They didn't do that. They went to like the management shit. I think Chris Lighty was their manager at the time. And they were just like, yeah, they had the manager come to us and say, cut that shit out. But you know what I'm saying? We was like, that's part of our shit. And everything. So we started, you know, it wasn't even no big deal, man. I don't even know how they
So what did you do?
Stepped to J-Ro though. He was salty though. He stepped to J-Ro. He's like, look, nigga, this is a try called Quest Tour, nigga. And you know, J-Ro like, nigga.
Oh, J-Ro stepped to you, son?
Nah, Q-Tip stepped to J-Ro because he's mad about the stage being wet. That's where they got all the shit from like that. But it wasn't even no altercation and all this shit.
Jerobi stepped to you?
Nah, but that's funny. That
nigga ran up for you.
He was smoking weed right over there. He missed his plane in Vegas. He's just Jerobi stepped to he did a comedy show.
Oh man.
That shit crazy. No, Sticky. The Def Jam deal. How did you looked up with Jay? Jam Master Jay. Is that how it happened with the ONYX, or how did that happen?
Fred all them niggas run by mistake and shit. So Jay had to give us a deal. Nah, we met Jay in fucking Jones Beach in the fucking highway parking lot. It was like a parking lot. Well, I wasn't there. Fred all them met him. You know what I mean? And he kept in touch, and you know, yeah. Everybody know that story. Everybody know how Superman got his powers.
That's crazy. I mean, so the production Jay wasn't doing none of the actual production?
Nah, Shot Skills did all the production, and Jay, Marley Marl the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. That was crazy. No, I remember the tour you saying you was on with Redman. I remember I saw that Redman video where somebody walked across the stage for Redman and they had beat that dude's ass for walking on stage.
Yeah. Performing. I don't know what you talking about. I don't know about beating nobody's ass.
You didn't hear about that? No.
Nah, look, the limited statute ain't up yet.
It's like 30 years ago and shit. Like I'm just saying.
Yeah, tell that Bill Cosby. Tell that shit to Bill Cosby 30 years ago, my ass. I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm deaf, blind, and mute. I ain't hear nothing. I ain't see nothing. I don't know shit.
Fucking right.
So when M used the beat, you know, your the Last Days instrumental on the album, you guys get paid for that too, or just the producer gets paid for
that? We get paid for that.
That's a good question. Good question.
No. The reason why you get paid for that because it's a song, and unless it has like a separate section for instrumental, you know what I mean? I don't think they register the instrumentals.
That's dope.
They register the song with ASCAP and BMI and shit like that. You know what I mean? After, so you get royalties on it. Absolutely.
That song was crazy. Anyway, I heard OC the same thing. They had to pay him too.
But we made the beat though, so either way, Fredro made the beat. I helped him.
Oh, for real? It wasn't?
Yeah, no, we made the Last Days beat. That was a different album. That wasn't. You know what I mean?
Crazy. So Eminem probably had a respect for you guys, and just, you know, he definitely was looking forward to doing business with you guys, no?
Yeah, well, that beat was that shit. So, you know what I mean?
Of course it was. And
still is. Yeah, I did 2 songs with Eminem.
Yeah.
You know, with RBX and then we did the What If I Was White shit.
Yeah, remember me?
I was signed the Aftermath. Listen, Dr. Dre, Doitall said Dr. Dre is one of his favorite producers. Dr. Dre is my favorite producer. Right. I'm gonna sign the Aftermath. I told you, but Universal offered me like $300,000 more. What I'm supposed to do? Say no? You know what I mean? I told Dre, y'all want $1 million. Jimmy Iovine was like, nah, we only gonna get a nigga 500. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. Then I went to go shop X1 shit to Universal, and Dino Valier was like, yo, well, I don't want to be in a bidding war with Jimmy Iovine and shit, but fuck it. I want your album. I was like, yo, I'm shopping X1 shit. He said, yeah, but I want your shit. So niggas put 800 on the fucking table. Nigga, so I had to take that extra 3. That extra 3 was what bought my mother her first motherfucking house. So I regret it. I don't know. You know, I wanted to more than anything. Aftermath. I was about to fucking nigga. I'm about the Tupac Aftermath. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
real
bro.
talk. You know, and Dre knew it, and I knew it, but we had a deal. He was supposed to put $1 million now. He didn't, but whatever. I still would have did it. And did I do the right thing? Who knows? You know, if I would have signed with Dre, I might be dead by now. You know what I mean? Because there was a lot of crazy shit going on, and I don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow, out.
This nigga Dre,
who knows?
man.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not yo. So, but
wow.
You know, I can't. You know,
I mean,
I've been looking for Dre and M. I can't find them. You know what I'm saying? They don't love me no more.
They don't love you no more. Damn.
Yeah, but you also could have been shelved at the same time. Look at what happened to K Solo and Rakim.
Shelved.
Yeah, but
it
never came out.
Listen. You talking to the carpenter, nigga? Yeah, shelved shit. You crazy?
That's true. Yeah, he's moving on his own, buddy.
No, I'm just saying.
The other guy.
But look at Rakim and look at, you know what I mean? Like it was like, I mean, him and Rakim had different ways they wanted to do it. So I guess Rakim left.
Listen, Rakim is the 18th letter. I'm the 19th letter. Okay.
The 24th letter.
Nigga, nigga 19th, nigga S, nigga. I mean, right after the R, nigga.
Yeah. Of course, is the type of artist that's
do the mathematics,
buddy. I can't see you ever sitting around waiting for nobody, bro. You kept it hot on your own. You know
that would have been mad interesting. It would have been dope if you did an album with him. I would have been like, I want to hear this shit for real.
Or Eminem and Sticky, right? Or Eminem and Dre. I mean, Dre and Sticky. Who you talking about?
Yeah, Dre and Sticky would have did the album. That shit would have been fucking crazy. You're like, yo.
I even think an Eminem Sticky album would have been crazy.
Yeah, produced by Dre.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The two of them just fucking blacking out off each other. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, black it out. Yeah, white and black. Fucking ivory.
Hey.
So JoJo, I don't know if I'm making anything up, but was there any encounters?
Cocaine.
I don't know if there was any encounters with you and M. Was my just dreaming?
There was a lot of them, and
that shit black coke.
They were all beautiful encounters, man. He did nothing but show love. You know, I went out there to the West Coast to work with LT Hutton for some time before Chris had passed. Rest in peace to Chris or whatever, Chris Lighty. And everything was cool. You know, Stretch was real tight with M, and I was real tight with Stretch ever since I was a teenager, you know, coming up or whatever. And so when M did that, you know, when he came out in the middle of the shit with all the other, you know, kids with his hair looking like him in the MTV thing, that night Stretch invited me out. I went out there and I fucked with Eminem, and it was great. He was telling me he was listening to the Hitman for Hire.
How you know that was Eminem when it was all those Eminems?
Yeah, no, it was him. But that's a great question. It's funny. You want to know what? I don't know if you were there at that after party, Sticky.
Nah.
I seen motherfucking what's his face in there? Man, come on, man. The dude who played the Joker, the first one, Jack Nicholson was in there. But it was crazy because M was depressed, and he was sitting down like on a chair. And all these people were reaching over because, you know, it was his night that night. All these people were reaching over just trying to touch his arm and all that shit. And you know, Paul Rosenberg's a big dude. So he called me over to, like, pull me in. And when I'm walking through all the crazed fans were celebrities. Every last one of them was a movie star, fucking, you know, some sort of artist, a producer. You know, so, you know, and M showed a lot of love that night. So M is, definitely quite a few different encounters, you know what I mean? And every one of them was pleasant, man. Definitely got to shout him out. He's something else, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fellas, man, I gotta make a move, man.
Brother, man.
Thank you.
My battery gonna go dead soon, too. I was gonna do, word.
Well, I guess that's it. Then we move together, nigga.
Stick, you know what it is. I'm gonna call you.
All right, my nigga.
Yes, sir.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna put my info too in the chat, man.
The nigga do it or just shut it down.
Come on, man. We active right now, so it's a good thing, you know. I feel the fire again, y'all. So that's pop.
Hey,
that's right. Yeah, me, my nigga.
X, you at the house I came to that time?
What happened?
No, I said you at the house I came to that time. with a
nah, man. You know. I'm gonna keep it.
Who was fighting in the back? It was a cat and a possum fight when I come over there.
Yeah, man. I was going back there.
I don't let you hang up. I got the story.
I got country roots, but I don't really. They got cracking, man. I heard it going down and looked out there.
Nigga,
I was barbecuing and threw some chicken over there or something, and they both went for it at the same time, and they was gang banging. It was the cat tore his ass up. And then I seen the possum. I thought the motherfucker was playing possum. I wasn't gonna fuck with him.
This nigga is so stupid.
I was like, yo, that motherfucker not dead. I'm not going to get the shovel. I think that motherfucker stayed there for like 2 days. I was asking people like, how long they play possum? If it's like it's been there for like 2 days, I'm gonna move this motherfucker. Anyway, yo, I gotta go.
Yo, salute, RBX.
Hey, yo, salute, y'all.
Thank you very much.
Tash, man, you already, man. I'll let y'all in a minute, bros.
Do it all.
Hey, I'm gonna get your number.
Yo, no, word, man. Much love, yo.
Peace. Thanks for your time.
Tash, I'm gonna hit you.
All right, G. All right, in a minute. All right, do it.
Yeah, man, no, but I appreciate
people keep calling. I keep cutting off and shit. I couldn't even.
Oh shit! I think Sticky left too and shit. All right. I don't know who this person is with their name. It ain't like they're not coming in.
Man, that was amazing to hear some of those stories, man. I'm as someone who likes to read, nothing like a good audiobook, you know. And especially from such experienced individuals, both just like in a culture of hip hop, but in life, you know. So
yeah, man.
Yo, can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eyez, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I wanted to ask a question to Taz, but go ahead. No, I'll hold it back before he jumps out. No. I wanted to. You sure? Taz, I wanted to know how it was like to work with Old Dirty Bastard at that time when you guys was recording. Can you explain that? Elaborate a little bit.
Oh man, that might be top 3 best studio sessions ever, man. Like out of the whole Wu-Tang, I probably say I got the most miles with ODB. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, that was my buddy too. That was my drinking buddy back then. You know what I'm saying? And everything. Like we been around the world together. He was just I know they say that it's cliche to say it about him and everything, but you would never meet another person like him. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no other motherfucker I ever met. He's like a different motherfucker every day. You know what I'm saying? Like you do something every day that you remember and shit. You know? But you know that was sad when he passed. But man, filming that video, man, I just remember the dope part about the whole session. One of the dope highlights and shit is that we all, you know, rappers do their verses and shit, and like I go in, I bust my shit, then the next person up, then he'll bust his shit. But like 3 person, you know, on a song or whatever, you do your verse, hook. The shit we do with ODB, we did it like the Commodores or some shit like they used to do it. Like it was all 3 of us in the booth at the same time, and we all had our raps on us, and we practiced it a couple times, you know, just going over like, what you got? Okay, come in right here after me, right here. And we did it a couple times, and you know, just fucking around, and we just said, you know what, let's do it like this. And we turned the mic on, and we was in there clowning, nigga. We all had a bottle in our hand, a joint in the other. You know what I'm saying? Was enjoying the moment, man. He had just got off the plane and just caught a taxi cab. So we had all this luggage and shit in the studio and all that. You know, it's just a great motherfucker, man.
Y'all took that Molly Mall shit at the beginning of the symphony. Then.
Yeah, that's what. We ain't even know Molly Mall. We ain't even know Molly Mall and all that shit. And
for real?
Yeah, nah. It was a trip because like we had another version and shit. But basically, what happened was the motherfucking we had a whole bunch of songs that we had did and shit. And then like the original version that we did it over the let me get this right. We did it over the VHS. You know how you used to record VHS like you know the video like
he's talking about the ADAT.
No, not ADAT. No, not ADAT. I'm talking about from the actual video. You know, you used to record videos at your MTV Raps.
Yeah.
And you could like a VHS recorder. But Spliph was like, I'm gonna loop the beginning of that thing, but then when he looped it, it was so staticky and shit, it sounded kind of dope, you know what I'm saying? And then the original version we had was to the staticky one that's off the VHS recording. You know what I'm saying? He just like, I don't know how you do that, but so it sounded fucked up, but it was like that raw though. And then we bumped into Marty Marl somewhere, we don't even know this mother. I ain't never met him. And Spliph started talking to him. He was like, yeah, man, I looped your shit at the beginning of and Marty Marl, this was like 20 years after the symphony. He was like, nigga, I still listen to it. He said, I still got the whatever he recorded it on back then, the shit that they in the 80s, the reels or whatever, he still had it. You know what I'm saying? He said, nobody ever used that. He said, that was just a beat I made for the intro, like a cowboy to the intro to the video. And so he sent us the real original version, and we cleaned all that shit up so you don't even hear the crackling shit and all that. And then ODB jumped on it and bombed. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
Yo, J-Ro's in like another country, right? He's like Germany or something?
Nah, J-Ro in LA, man.
Man, I asked him to do an interview and he told me
J-Ro had a concert today. J-Ro did a concert without me today, man. He did he on a Instagram. He did it's called the I think it's like the seatless concert. It's somewhere he's doing a concert on stage and everything, but there's nobody in the crowd.
Yeah, Nine told me he did that too. He did that in New York with Grandmaster Cass. They pay him some money for like 15 minutes to do that shit. Yeah, he told me. And
some shit like that. Yep.
Yeah. Because that's all we can do right now is this video shit. You know what I'm saying? So, because I know you guys right now, you usually be getting money on tour and all that shit, and that shit's blocked right now. So it's like.
Yeah, man, I know one thing. You're about to hear a lot of guest features with me on it over this quarantine. That's all I've been doing is feature.
Yeah.
I started spreading myself thin, and I was like, man, I ain't doing this. I was really doing them overseas, though, you know?
Right.
Yo, how did that whole exhibit situation start? See, I know he came through y'all.
Oh, yeah, exhibit. Yeah, he just, I mean, you know, we was the Liquid crew, and we met exhibit, and, like, basically, man, that's like our brother, man. Exhibit. You know, he's Liquid Cool affiliate. You know, I mean, not affiliate, he's a Liquid Cool member. You know, that you want to see the next man do good, and then you want him to see the next man. You know what I mean? It's like like, it all started with Ice-T with us. Ice-T saw something in King T. King T saw something in us. We saw something in Exhibit, Madlib, Cracker Jack, the Loop Pack, Feel the Agony, The Far Ride. You know, we just branch off each other. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Dilated Peoples, you know, they Liquid Cool too to me, man. Like, you know, and you know, everybody's successful, man. Everybody that ever fuck with us, everybody doing good, man. You know.
I still got your cassette in my collection in my studio.
What did you play it on? When last time you did a cassette player?
I got a cassette player in my studio. Believe it or not, yeah, man. That Diamond D remix.
Yeah. I be playing that shit too all the time and shit.
That Diamond D remix is my favorite joint.
That's simple too, yo.
Which one? What song you talking about?
What's the name of that song? When you tell me, I remember. It's mad simple.
Oh, and the key. Oh man.
Dum.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
It's called Next Level. That's the one.
Next Level. That's right. That was my favorite.
Before that, we just did that shit at Radio City Music Hall.
Word. That's my favorite shit right there. So
that shit was dope, man.
Word.
I love Diamond, man. I'm gonna tell you out of all the like Diamond got to be like the coolest motherfucker in hip hop, dude. Like or the real, like I call Diamond like a brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I got a relationship with a lot of people and shit, but I mean, from day one, like back in the early 90s and shit, Diamond just always Diamond. He always give you a level head. When I'm about to trip out and do something, like he'll talk to me and be like, look, man, you know, like a big brother kind of thing, you know? And that's an awesome dude, man. People don't know he did a lot of shit for the Fugees, man. That's what.
That first album was classic. Though.
That's what gets overlooked. It gets overlooked sometimes. I got to throw that in there.
But that Diamond D first album was crazy. That whole fucking Stunts, Blunts, and that
Stunts
shit.
and Blunts. Hell yeah, that shit was hard. I know every word. To that point.
How did you meet?
Let me say this real quick. Just a shout out. I don't know who's gonna see this shit or whatever, but
yeah,
I don't know if y'all heard of this rapper from Vegas. His name is Dizzy Wright. But Dizzy Wright, he just dropped the album with my other little homeboy, Dimrick and everything. I've been around the world with him and everything. Did a lot of shows with Dimrick. You know, they got a new album that just dropped and everything the night before last. And check that collab out, smoking music, you know.
Because Demrick had that group with Exhibit A. Exhibit.
Huh?
They had
Oh, the phone. Hey, the phone jumped up. I mean, something happened. You gotta say it one more time.
Oh, I was saying Demrick was in a group with Exhibit. Is that right?
Yeah, he was on it. Yep. Yep. I don't know if there's a group. I know they got a lot of stuff there. I don't know if the story go that Demrick signed a Exhibit's open bar. I'm not really up on the story, but I know I've been on the road with him, man. That's a cool motherfucker, man. And he one of them youngsters that, you know, that actually rap and shit. He busted, man. And man, Dizzy White.
Yeah, that shit crazy. That shit. Alkaholiks, man. You're going officially.
Smokeaholics, man. I keep telling you, we the smokeaholics now, man.
Straight change.
You gotta get used to it, man. It comes on the tongue the same. Smokeaholics.
Let's go.
You guys been waiting for the album?
But we coming with the brand. We coming with the brand and go with it. And if y'all want, go to smokeaholics.com and y'all get, you know, these shirts. We got these alcoholic shirts on deck. I mean, let me fucking up. Got these smokeaholic shirts on deck.
Y'all really did y'all reinvent shit, huh?
Can y'all see that smokeaholics?
Yeah, he living it now. He said he don't drink no more. Jay don't drink no more either.
Who, me? Nah, man, I cut that shit out. Nah, Jay was. I mean, he stopped. I mean, he cut all that shit out a long time ago. He still drink, but it's like beers and shit. Like, you got to understand, when I made that shit on the IG the other day and everything, that's after 33 years of, you know, just monotonous drinking for no reason. Like, we was just partying. like every day was a party. You know what I'm saying? And it just added up to a lot of, you know, just a lot of bullshit. That's what it added up to.
Yo, what?
That's when they became the Coca-holics, right?
Nah, no Coca-holics. No, not the Coca-holics. Smokeaholics. I said the Coca-holics. That ain't next, nigga. This is it. Smokeaholics. That's it.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. So you guys.
Where the fuck y'all at? Where everybody at? Everybody in New York? Or is anybody in here from LA?
I'm in New York.
He's in New York. He's in Florida. He's in Australia. Me and Rock was in Connecticut.
Oh shit. Okay. Got the whole map.
I'm an hour away from
my. Brothers like left at the same time. I'm like, damn, they all just left this shit. Like, when you stuck around. I mean, no,
I can't wait to get to Cali though.
Shit, not LA, man. LA fucked up from that riot shit. I mean, from that what's the name? I was gonna go out there and shit, but I'm gonna wait till they get their shit together, man. Like they got bored. I mean, this shit is boarded up. You know, you know what I'm saying? Somebody said they went over there. Somebody went to LA for a turnaround. They said it was miserable where they went.
I always say when I went to Vegas and I hopped on the highway and seen that big California sign, that shit just seemed mad intimidating. I was just like,
what?
like, yo, Cali.
Yeah, California. What you mean? The first time you went to Cali?
No, I went to Vegas and then I hopped on the highway and then I seen that big California sign and I'm like, damn, I would love to
LA
go
right down the street. LA right down the street, man. It ain't.
It just look mad and that sign just look intimidating like California. Like
that's supposed to remind you of the beach and like that, man. It ain't intimidating. But
yeah, man, I can't wait to go out there, man.
Yeah, but I noticed that all the like.
Oh, you saw the sign? You didn't even make it out to California?
No. I was doing Vegas, but you know what I'm saying? I was exploring the possibilities, man. But I was like, nope.
Yeah, the West Coast. I realized that no matter like whoever like I liked from the West Coast, somehow are branched off together from something that's a part of that shit. Would it go from like the Far Side or the Souls of Mischief? Like I didn't realize that Sir Jinx was producing A+ and his man before all that shit. You know what I mean? Like boom, and Dell was Cube's cousin, and then King.
I used to go up there all the time. That's why I know Dell. I knew Dell before I knew the rest of the hieroglyphics because he used to come to Q Studio. It was called Street Knowledge. It was on like Crenshaw. I forgot what street it was, like Western Washington. I forgot, but I used to go up there all the time. And Dell, people don't realize Dell wrote a lot of that. I mean, not a lot, but he wrote some key shit on America's Most, and that's why I used to be up there with Snow and 3 and all these dudes. And I heard Dale's first album from which my brother George was here at Cube Studio, and that shit blew me away like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know they was working on that there and everything, but that's it.
You ever heard the album? Like Pooh was fucking fucking with King T and y'all, and then Pooh's fucking with Jinx and shit, and fuck, it's just y'all fucking connected somehow with each other. Like
pretty much, that's how everybody's connected some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like this person's cousin is this person's friend.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And this person's LA's big as fuck, and it just seems like we all know the same people.
Razkaz and Planet Asia and fucking all y'all brothers and shit.
Yeah, I just got a call from Planet Asia, and I just did a song with Razkaz.
Word. That's dope.
Planet Asia called to congratulate me on my sobriety and shit. Me and him we was acting fool, man. We used to like back in the tours and shit. And then Raz, I just did a song for him on my. You ever heard of this app called Band Lab and shit? No. I'm giving them free publicity right now, but I got this app on my phone called Band Lab that you could record it got tracks like it's like a studio in your palm and shit. Like, if you send me a beat, I just go to Band Lab and I just download the beat onto Band Lab, and then unlimited tracks. I got backgrounds, echoes. It sounds like the microphone on the phone transforms into like a mic in the studio.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, like you got to learn how to use it though. Like they got EQs and all this bullshit. I sound like a commercial right now. This motherfucker owe me some money. but anyway, yep. it's dope for like motherfuckers like me that I don't feel like going to the studio and all that shit. I've been recording songs in the car. Like my soundboard, like you got a closet with all the hangers and with all the clothes hanging on them and shit, all this and all that. All I do is make a little slit and I stick my head through that. That's my soundproof booth right there. You know what I'm saying? I'll be at it though. I got like 10 songs of this motherfucker right now ready to go. I just did one for Raz and sent it to him on my phone.
Let me ask you a question, Tash. Just me ask you a question. This question, nobody knows what I'm gonna ask you. Who are you more of a favorite fan of, E40 or Razkaz?
That's it. Depending on my mood. Like I like both, man. That's like two greats at what they do. You know what I'm saying? You can't really say. You know what I mean? E40 be busting to me. I mean, I don't know who listening and what people judge
I like
stuff
E40.
of. E40, if you think is a lyrical motherfucker.
He's a cook too, right? He's like a chef too, right? Like on the Action Bronson shit. Like, yo.
Exactly. And I knew Raz, and I've known Raz forever, and Raz has always been the same Raz is right now. You saw with the just with the politics, with the racism, with that's always Raz. We used to sit, he had a crib with Carson, we used to go over there, and his mom had these VHS tapes with knowledge on them, and we used to sit there and watch tapes. Like, I don't know how old we was. We had to be like 17, something like that, 16 or something. But he's always been like that. But people don't realize that nigga Raz, he never does it in his videos or anything anymore. But Raz used to be the hell of it. He used to dance like a mother. He used to dance for King T. That's when I first really met Raz. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you know how you got Scoob and Scrap? It was him and this dude named Dags. And them dudes used to fuck it up. So King T took them on the road and shit. And from that point, that's when Raz really, I mean, I don't know if he was rapping before that. Because when we used to do the shows, he never used to rap with us. And, I don't think, but I can't remember if he did, but he used to be a hell of a dancer, I'll tell you that. And I asked him, he had an answer and everything. I asked him, I said, nigga, why don't you be fucking it up in your video, nigga? That's entertaining. And shit. He was like, nah, man, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he was he was anti-dancing or some shit. Like, fuck that corny shit. Like, I was like, he used to be the shit. Like, they used to come at them clubs, people used to come to see him dance. I tell you, Raz could fuck it up. I don't know about to this day.
That could work right now.
Huh?
That could work right now. You know what I'm saying?
No, I tried to tell you, but he wasn't fucking with
it. he was a breaker and all that shit. Damn, that's crazy. Like,
nah, I'm talking about that other kind of dance. Like I ain't never seen him break dance. I'm talking about that shit. Like you. Okay, you know how Big Daddy Kane had, Scoob and the Scrap Lover?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That type of dance, like, hard though, man. It's like a twist, like Carson and shit.
He's going on.
Yeah, flipping off walls and shit. Yeah, man, but anyway.
Doing the Daffy Duck and all that shit.
Hey, man, my battery about to die out too, man, and I don't feel like sitting in one spot waiting for the charge. So I'm about to get up out of here.
I'm going to cut off the show. Yo, I appreciate you for coming in, man, and I'm going to get you in the future because I'm trying to get J-Ro and fucking E Swift with you and shit. I'm trying, so, you know what I mean?
Well, you going to send me a copy? I mean, just hit me up on the internet.
As soon as I post it up, I'll send it to you. I'll text it to you because I know you gave me.
All right, y'all be safe out there, man. Y'all take a life, fellas.
You too, bro. You too, brother. Stay safe, stay active.
Right, brother,
check for that, and please support me. Go to @LiveVictorious.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
and go to @Smokeaholiks. We just started a website, and we're gonna start. We got the.
I like that
coming
logo that you got for Live Victorious.
I'm gonna
bro.
get one of
That's
them shirts off
shit
you, man.
there.
I'm hitting you up.
Oh man, please do and put it Tash to get your discount, or if you're gonna
All
do it
right,
like
brother.
that, or just let me know you did that. And I'll see put some extra in it.
Yeah, I'll holler at you, bro. Yeah, I'll do a beat video with it. It'll be great.
All right, there we go. See,
I appreciate
all right,
you, man.
All right, I'll take care, man. Hit me anytime.
Peace. Bless.